I hope you've been having a wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. Get over here, little bunny. Come curl up on my chest. I want you right here. Head against my chest. Head as heavy as you can make it. How heavy can you make your head as you give all your weight to me? All your weight, little bunny, in your body, in your heart. And just relax in a place of total safety. Place of total protection. Whatever needs to come at you, little bunny. Whatever the world is trying to say. Hey, this, say that. You need this. You need to do that. You need to see this. You need to hear that. You need to blah, blah, blah. All these pingings that the world is sending to you. Come curl up in my arms. And I will choose what comes to you. And I will choose what goes away. All you have to do, little bunny, you have no responsibilities in the world right now other than just drop. Just drop everything and be here. Let your body be the rise and fall of my chest as I breathe in and breathe out. There's nothing you have to do anymore. There's nothing you have to figure out. Your job, the best thing you could do right now, little bunny, the best thing in the world for you to do is to just relax. Just relax, little bunny. I've got you from here on out. There's not a damn thing you need to do. If you want to do something for me, little bunny, if you want to do something for the garden, if you've been listening for a while, if you've been in the garden for a while, even if just in podcast, or just checking out videos, I have a way for you to say thank you. For the 200th episode, which is coming up in a few weeks, I want to play a few thank you notes, either from you or from some of your fellow bunnies. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it, but I would love, if you want to, little bunny, and if it feels honest to you, to give me a little voice note that says, thank you, Lindy, and then talk about what you're thankful for. And then be brave and email it. Ready for the new email. All the emails that I've said work, but this is the new one. Lindy@lindy.garden. So you can just do it on your phone. You can go to your voice notes app, whether you're on Apple or Android, whatever it's called on those. And you just record and talk into your phone like you're sending a voice note. And then tap share. And from share, you can do email. For the email address, Lindy@lindy.garden. And then you send, little bunny. There's a siren going on right now. I hate it when there's sirens in the episode. Sense of danger, emergency. Something that's wonderful about the garden, little bunny. So there's really no danger here, and there's certainly no emergency. The garden is a place of safety, a place of peace, and it will always be that way. It's our own little place that can never be invaded. It's a place where nothing bad could happen to you. Not here, little bunny. Not when you're with me. You're 100% protected here. Let me move these cables. I hate cables. Okay. So, yes, a thank you note. Just say, thank you, Lindy. And then just give it a little thank you note. It can be as long or as short as you want. And it will appear in some degree, maybe not. I might kind of like combine them in this little interesting artistic way. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. But I would love to have a lot of them to work with. So if you're on the fence, go ahead and do it. You don't have to say your name or anything like that. But you will be in the episode. Maybe that's kind of fun, right? You'll be in a little piece of garden history. What else, little bunny? So, if you've been keeping up with your daddy Lindy's goings-on in his mission right now, I'm still on my mission in Japan. And you want to know how the presentation went, little bunny? I should elaborate on what exactly it is. We were at a convention, me and our garden artist, and we were showing off a certain piece of garden interactive content which will take the world by storm and more in 2026. But this thing that we worked so hard to prepare for, and we're cramming and cramming, and if you are wondering why there have not been so many social media posts like TikTok and Instagram, it's because I have been hardcore working on this. Locked audio is still happening, podcast still happening, but I've neglected the videos because I was trying to get this demo done. And then what happened, little bunny, when we presented the demo at the convention, we got almost no interest, no participants. It was pretty much a total failure. And so, little bunny, I am giving up. I failed at something. I tried, and the worst possible thing happened. No success came, especially not immediately. So I'm giving up. I am just completely giving up. And I'm going to find a more boring life to live. I'm going to find a plan B to settle into. You know I'm joking. You can smile because you know how absolutely not the case that is. The biggest winners in life, little bunny, this is serious. The biggest winners in life are the most frequent failures. I think there's a better way I can say that. That's not the canon version of the daddy quote, the daddy Lindy quote. Let me find it here. God, you're going to have to hang tight while I find my list of little quotes. Go into my phone. My big list of notes. If you're a creative person, little bunny, keep notes on your phone. My God, it is the greatest. But then you have to go sift through it. Okay, ready? Here's the canon version of that wisdom. Frequent losers are the biggest winners. That's one of the truest, true to life Daddy Lindy quotes that I could ever say. Frequent losers are the biggest winners. What do you think that means, little bunny? You may say, Daddy, that makes no sense. If you lose, then you lost. If you lose, then you lost, and that's the worst thing that could possibly happen. And you have to immediately give up and go to plan B. Yeah, is that what you say, little bunny? Excuse my coughing. I'm a little getting over some sickness. That was the locked audio for Patreon. Yesterday was we healed each other, little bunny. It's an audio for when you're sick. And work some garden magic, and I help you at least make peace with your discomfort. When you're sick, that's really what sucks about being sick, is the discomfort that you have to endure. And I tend to not totally buy into various remedies and things. I think what you generally need the most is for time to pass. The body will heal you. Bodies are incredible. Your body will heal you. And if your body can't heal you, your body plus your doctors will heal you. The most important thing, at least the best thing I can help you with when you are sick, little bunny, is I can help you make peace with the discomfort. That locked audio is called something like Daddy casts glitter of healing on his sick bunny. So we were sick together in that audio. You don't have to be sick to listen to it. You can pretend to be sick, and then you'll feel healed all the same. Or if you're feeling a broken heart, any kind of ailment, any kind of physical distress you're in, physical discomfort. You could be emotional. Discomfort is discomfort. And the locked audio this week on Patreon is me to help you through any kind of physical discomfort you feel. The Patreon is ages 18 to 800 only, because about a third of it is quite spicy. And you can find the link to that at lindy.garden/list. Back to the presentation, little bunny. We got basically no interest. You could categorize it as a failure. And I'm not deterred in the slightest, little bunny. I am not deterred in the slightest. Disappointed, sort of, maybe for a day. But then I realized, what did we learn? You can learn something about why people didn't stop by. It could be easy to assume, oh, the little demo that we set up on an iPad, oh, maybe it's not appealing, maybe it sucks. Well, there were quite a few booths at this event, and so it might have just been the wrong event. So we learned, how do we need to tell people about our little garden game? But even more importantly is I got to walk around a little bit and see all these different manga artists who are showing off their work. And these are people that I need to join the startup. They were all on their phones, little bunny. So what did we learn? So we learned that online is going to be how we're going to find these people. Or maybe not going to try and do presentations in person, which is what this Japan trip was for. But we may look for avenues to find them all on the internet. I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot, little bunny. I'm still getting over the sickness. So, about you, little bunny. What is something that you're not doing? There is something you're not doing, little bunny. I know, there is something you are not doing, because you are afraid you are going to fail. And you're probably so afraid of this failure. I have two theories. One theory is that you're stuck in this mindset you learned in school, where the test comes once. The test comes once, and you either pass it and life goes on, or you fail it and you can never take that test again. Or you might be thinking of the sports analogy. Let's say you're in a tournament, and if you lose, you're out of the tournament. And so you say, Daddy, I'm afraid to fail because then I'll be out of the tournament. It'll be this setback. I'll be at -1. You think that if you attempt something and you're at 0, and you fail it, you go to -1. And if you had won it, you go to 1. Little bunny, no, that's not how it works. That's not how life works. You can take as many attempts as you want. That's incredible. That's one of the great things about modern society, or just life in general. You can take as many tries as you want at whatever you want to accomplish, little bunny. If you fail, if you're this failure you're so scared of, and what is it that you're scared of failing at, little bunny? You know what it is. You know, yes, you know what it is. There's something that you want to do, that you want to accomplish, that you want to go for. And you're holding yourself back, aren't you? Because you're afraid you will fail. And you think that if you fail, that will be a step back. That is not the case. A failure is a lack of a step forward. Does that make sense? Let me say that again. A failure is not a step back. It's the lack of a step forward. So just keep trying in different ways. Every time you fail, learn something, and then take another shot. It's like this is the best kept secret for some reason, is that you just gotta do, and you just gotta try, and you just gotta practice. You just gotta go for it. Really, nothing bad is gonna happen if you fail. The other reason you might be afraid of failing, little bunny, is not that you're afraid of failing, but you're afraid of doing the thing in the first place. Easy example. You see someone that you are attracted to, and you want to, in good faith and in good will, talk to this person, see if there's some kind of chemistry, see if you can present yourself in a way that feels right to you and shows off who you are. And let's say you're attracted to this person and you want to talk to them. You might not talk to them. I'm imagining if you end up not talking to them, you might think it's because you're afraid of failing. You're afraid that they'll think you're annoying, or they won't really be into you the way that you're into them. Have you ever experienced this before, little bunny? I'm not sure I buy that you're afraid they won't like you. I think you're just afraid of trying. And I totally get it, little bunny. I totally get being afraid to try something. Something I need to do, little bunny, I think I'm afraid to try on it, is I need to practice drawing. How many times have I told you that I'm not good at visuals? Maybe 100 times now. I'm going to have to learn. I'm going to have to give it a shot for stuff with this startup that I'll tell you about sometime later. I'm kind of afraid to practice drawing, little bunny. I'm not even afraid of failing. I'm afraid of trying. What are you afraid of trying, little bunny? What if it's not that you're afraid of failing? I wonder if I have any wisdom for you. It's easy to say, just do it. What is that, the saying that the people who, there's a video, a great video. It's a diver, one of these entertainment divers who does one of these crazy high dives in a show into a swimming pool. She's high up in the air. She's doing her prep work. And she's done this 1,000 times. And she's truly, truly shaking in fear. You would think that she's really, really cold up there, which maybe she is. But she's just super, super scared of being so high up. And then she trusts the process and she does the routine and she does the dive and she nails it. The advice that I hear from people like that is that if you're scared, do it scared. People who are professional athletes at the top of their game, they get nervous in games. People who are performers, let's say actors on a stage, they get nervous for a show. Especially before a show, the apprehension. Once you're in a show, it's kind of easy. But I'll think about that more, little bunny. I'll think about how I can help you if you're afraid of doing the thing. But I for sure can help you if you're afraid of the failure. Say, little bunny, don't be so afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failing. It's not a step backward. It's not a reason to give up. It's not a reason to lose hope, even slightly. It's literally, maybe I didn't even explain that quote. Frequent losers are the biggest winners. Nobody has missed more basketball shots than probably Steph Curry. I think he's supposed to be the best at shooting a basketball of all time. I think there's a very high likelihood that he has missed more shots than anyone else in the world. Or at least he's very, very close. People who really succeed in business, I'm talking entrepreneurs, not talking about climbing corporate ladders. That's really dumb and stupid. Oops, sorry if you're climbing a corporate ladder, little bunny. But I have a lot more admiration for people who just build something from nothing. So they just take a go of saying, I have this cool idea that I think the world will enjoy. Especially when it's really about the idea. Really about what value you can provide, what value you can generate. And the people who are the great entrepreneurs, they fail all the time. And every time they fail, it's a little clue as to where they're going to have more success. Oh, this specific idea didn't work. Well, what about this? Can we pivot? Can we pivot the idea? Can we pivot what we're offering, etc., etc.? These frequent failures, how did I do it? Frequent failures. No, let me get the quote again. Frequent losers, little buddy, are the biggest winners. Okay, I think I'm off the clock. I don't have a beverage right now, so I'd better go grab one. I see one that I'm going to use. I'm in a hotel and they have for us canned water. It's like water in a tin with a screw top. Here we go. Here's the screw top. I can't even do it with one hand. Hold on. And we'll take a sip. Something cool happened, actually. Let's see if I can use the metal bottle as a resonator. Ready? Hey there, little bunny. Test, little bunny. Does this sound different? This is me talking normally, and this is me talking with the can here. How does this sound different? You can tell I like sound a lot more than visual. 1, 2, 3. Hey there, little bunny. Watch none of this actually be audible in the version when I listen back. Okay, I'm off the clock, which means that I don't have to provide you. What does that mean, little bunny, when I say I'm off the clock? It means I am no longer responsible for the quality of the episode. Oh, Discord sounds. Hold on. Discord, by the way, is part of the locked section. Ages 18 to 800. Let's mute. There we go. Where are we? I am no longer responsible for the quality of the episode, little bunny, so you can you can turn it off. It's all downhill from here. Oh shit. Knocking stuff over. I'm lying down now. I'm just gonna lie down. You can fall asleep. I might even fall asleep. We can both fall asleep, little bunny. And a reminder to send a thank you note if you are brave enough. Don't be worried of failing at this, little bunny. Make a little thank you voice note. Make sure you say the words either thank you Lindy or thank you Daddy in it, or thank you Daddy Lindy. Just make sure you have at least those words in it, and then you can say whatever is honest, whatever is honest, and you can say anything. You can say anything, and then hit share via email, and share it to Lindy at lindy.garden. And if you're saying, Daddy, it won't send, you have to make sure that you put something in there. I don't know. It works. I tested it. I promise it works. You may have to figure. I had to click away from the to line. But it works. You can make it work. You're a smart little bunny. You are a smart little bunny. I think I might nap now. How about you take over? Can you do the podcast from here? I think it's my turn to just nap. It's my turn to nap. Oh, a fun thing I'm doing in the Discord right now is taking pictures of bunnies that I find and I'm putting it in one of the channels. Oh, if you say, Daddy, I get such FOMO when you keep saying Discord that's part of Patreon only. The startup will have a Discord sometime in 2026 that anybody can join. So you don't have, there's no restrictions on Patreon or not. There's going to be a Discord for the startup that I actually will really want you to join. So there's some really good stuff in the future, especially if you want more garden stuff and you're not able, or it's just not in the cards to do any kind of Patreon stuff. I promise. There's lots of super high quality, great garden stuff coming that's going to be totally free. This is one of my great goals for you, little bunny. Goals that I have for what I can give to you is to have this be, the garden be zero sacrifice of any kind from your end. There's something fucking marvelous and beautiful about a relationship with some other human being that you have, where it just is not a sacrifice. It's so marvelous. I would love for you to never, ever, ever have to sacrifice anything for me or for the garden. To have it be 100% good for you. So that's a priority for me. I'm working on it, little bunny. Working on it. I feel like you're sick of hearing me talk about Japan, so I'll keep it minimal. Not much to tell you right now. Not much to tell you. Oh. So, back home in New York, the Garden Library, as we call it, which is my little studio area of my apartment. We are finally, our plan has to be reviewed by this group of people and then this group of people, and everyone wants to sign off on this thing, okay? And then the Department of Buildings gave us a no. They said, no, you can't put up this wall in your apartment. And I finally found out why, because everything takes forever. And they estimated the cost to be way higher than it actually is going to be. And so they wanted us to pay more money for the registration. I don't know, but it was stupid. So we have resubmitted with proof that it's not going to cost the ridiculous amount they said it would. This becomes relevant to you, little bunny, when it means that I will have my own official closed off studio called the Garden Library. And also, at that point, plus some other stuff that's going to be happening soon, I'm going to get to fully decorate, fully do the lights the right way, make any kind of changes. All my excuses are gone, little bunny, for having my own. This will be my nook, my little nook. I won't go over the concept of a nook too much right now, but I would love for you to have a little spot of safety, little bunny, of total safety. Somewhere in your apartment or house would be nice. And it should be somewhere that is not your bed. Your bed can be a place of safety, but your bed is where you sleep, and your nook is where you are awake, where you are safe and awake. There's an episode on that. You'll have to look for it. It's something nook, maybe in the 170s area. Oh, I have some fun stuff to tell you, little bunny. I had the realization, maybe just within the past month. I use AI to help with the programming of the startup, and it's gotten really good, little bunny. Really good. And this is good news for you, little bunny, if you are looking for a job at any point and you would love to come work for me, little bunny. If you want an actual job with a salary, with me as your boss, we're going to do stuff that's half garden, half not garden. It's going to be a foot in the garden and a foot in the startup, which is there's a lot of overlap. I would love to hire only bunnies in the company. And the reason that the AI is significant, little bunny, is that it no longer becomes about what kind of skills or expertise you have. So if I needed a team of coding bunnies who are going to write software, I would need bunnies who can code with the exact right skill set. But now, little bunny, I just need good attitudes. Let me say that right. Good attitudes. People who are going to be fun to work with. It would either be remote or it would be in person in New York City, one of those two. Or in person in Tokyo. Those are the three options. But yeah, man, what a dream. You could get your whole salary, little bunny, just having fun doing garden and daddy startup stuff. We're not there yet, little bunny. The startup is not successful yet. But the time will come. Maybe I'll give you a job, little bunny. Always scheming for ways to make things better for you. And it'll be better for me too. I don't want to have some random person in my little office. Oh my God, little bunny. I have been dreaming. Can I tell you about my dreams that I've been having lately? I would love to have an event space in New York. I don't know if it would be the office for the company or if it would be just a place where we host parties and events and things like that. Wouldn't that be fun? There's a building that I have in mind, a building that's one of these like super trashy warehouses that's been converted into office spaces. And it's all really scrappy startups and people making their own small businesses. We might get lease a space there and have our cool little garden office. It'll be our first. It'll be more the startup than the garden, but there's going to be overlap. More to come, little bunny. More to come. All of it hinges on the success of the startup. And if you really want to help out, you can sign up for the mailing list, the email list. It's at lindy.garden/list. It's at the top. And if you put your email in there, then when the time comes, I will need you. And there's going to be a Discord. If you say, Daddy, email list sounds so goddamn boring to me, I don't want to do it. There's going to be a Discord that I'll want you to join. It's going to be totally free. And it's going to be a lot of fun too. So that's coming up. Make sure you follow the podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but this next month is Daddy catches up on social media and makes good videos. I have some ideas for what I might do. I might start reading snippets from authors, romance authors. We'll give that a go. We'll see if that's a success or a failure. I think if you have romance authors that you have in mind, keep an eye out for a TikTok or Instagram post that's going to be coming up. And I'll ask you to tag a romance or smutty writer. Anyone who's on Instagram, we'll say romance just to kind of fly under the radar. But it can be as smutty as you want. So some author that has a book. Actually, they don't necessarily have to have a book. But it might be nice for a visual if I can just have the book there. And I'll read a little excerpt as part of the video. And I'll tag the author. And they'll get to have this free advertisement, basically, for their book. I'll get a cool video. I won't have to write stuff for the social media posts. And yeah, it sounds like it would be a win-win. The hardest part will be getting it off the ground at the very beginning. And I think what would be best is if they would just mail me a copy of their book so that I can hold it. And we might start putting it on the shelf. Get a little shelf going. The Garden Library in New York, my little studio, has ample shelf space that is waiting to be filled up with meaningful books and other cool things. I'm working on lights. We're going to have programmable lights. You could do that, little bunny. That's a project for you. If you say, Daddy, you keep talking about projects and I have no idea what project to do, you could look at programming your own lights. And if you say, Daddy, I don't know how to do that, well, here's what you do, little bunny. You go to, I know it's controversial, but go to an AI chatbot. I will recommend Claude for this, CLAUDE. And you say, I want help programming lights for my room, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And then you can add in stuff like my budget is small, etc. And you can say I'm willing to use AI to write the code, etc. And from there, little bunny, you have zero excuses to have a super badass lighting of your room. Zero excuses, little bunny. So boom, there's a project. If you don't have a project and you are just passively listening while I keep inspiring you to do a project, and you're like, oh, well, that's not for me because I don't have any projects. Now you do. Assigned cool lights for your room, programmable lights. And you could do things. I'll give you an example. Let me give you examples of what to program. You can have it be a different color tone every day of the week. So Monday, it can be lights with a tinge of pink. And Tuesday, it'll be lights with a tinge of light blue. Then Wednesday is a tinge of green. Thursday is a tinge of purple. Friday is a tinge of orange. Saturday is a tinge of yellow. Sunday is a tinge of orange. And then you're back to Monday. And it will happen automatically, little bunny. You 100% have the capability with an AI chatbot. Just tell Claude you have no idea what you're doing and you need it to hold your hand. And it will do it, little bunny. It'll write the code for you. It'll tell you what you need to get. It'll give you good advice. It's really, really great. And you should not miss out on this. What else could you program it to do, little bunny? You could program it with your music. You might try Arduino, by the way. Arduino is a brand that has these programmable stuff. And if you really don't want to do AI, you can just write the code yourself. There's lots of stuff online. But if that sounds intimidating, you do not have the excuse. I gave you permission. It is not a huge waste of electricity to just do little chats with AI. So don't fret about wasting rivers worth of water. Some things are more compute heavy. Compute is the unit that really makes a difference in terms of environmental impact and things like that. So this is not a high compute thing that you would do. So don't let that dissuade you. What else can we program your lights to do, little bunny? We could hook it up with your music. So you could play music, and as the music goes louder, you can have the lights go brighter, and you can have like a little dance club type thing in your nook, little bunny, or in your bedroom. Just more broadly speaking, you could just do some nice gentle changes of colors. You could have it fade in and out of different colors. You could have the lights change depending on the weather outside. If it's raining, you can have it kind of, if it's sunny, you can have it be extra orange on the tinge of light. If it's cold, or cloudy, you can have it be on the more blue tinge of light. There you go. You say, Daddy, oh, but that's beyond me. I don't know how to do that. No, little bunny. All of your excuses have gone. And failure is not a step back, is it, little bunny? Failure is a lack of a step forward, which is not a bad thing. It's just a neutral thing. Failing at something is neutral. It's neutral. It's not bad. What else can we program your lights to do, little bunny? You could have it be a different color for your friends' birthdays. So you could never forget a friend's birthday. You can have a little calendar that you program in, and you could say Arduino, or tell Claude this. my friend Becky is born on February 2nd, and her favorite color is blue. So, when these lights get turned on February 2nd, they will be bright blue. You can code this, and you can do all your different friends' birthdays. Okay, and if you say, Daddy, I don't have any friends, well then, little bunny, you can make bunny friends, okay, and put your bunny's friends' birthdays in there. Or you can have Friday have pink lights, and that can remind you that there's going to be a new Daddy Lindy podcast that day. You got it. You can do it. You can totally do it. I was at my office job from a few years ago. We had a client. We kind of designed things. I'll tell you about my corporate job some other time, but we designed things. And there was a bank that was one of our clients. We were trying to design some kind of art piece for their lobby. And something that one of the guys really wanted was for it to react in real time to the stock market. So it's going to, when the company's stock goes up, it makes one sound. And when it goes down, it makes another sound. You kind of want to have this artistic real time, the money of the bank is like rising and falling. So even if that sounds a bit eye-rolly to you, you could find the equivalent for you. What's the equivalent for you that you want real-time data on something? I could totally see for the startup, it's a storytelling startup. So every time a new story gets posted, I could totally see in our little warehouse event space, have some programmable lights where every time someone publishes a story, which could be you, little bunny, it could be a garden story that you make, that you publish, you could light up the room. That kind of happens already with Patreon. I get a notification for every time a bunny joins the locked section of the garden. That's always nice. If you're a key holder bunny, little bunny, I have gotten a notification. There's like a little ping, like new patron. It always makes me smile, but do not do it so that you'll make me smile. Only join the locked section if you selfishly want delicious audios of spice and comfort and wild card nonsense, Discord stuff. Okay, I think I'll call it there. I could keep going, but I worry that this might bore you. I could go on with more ideas for how to program lights. It's such a that's now the default. If you say, Daddy, I don't have a project, I don't want to draw. If you say, Daddy, I don't want to play an instrument, I don't want to go bird watching, I don't want to do pottery, I don't want to do quilting. You say, Daddy, I don't want to write a book, I don't want to write short stories. You say, Daddy, I don't want to dance, I don't want to do this and that and this and that. Little bunny, you have rooms in your, you have lights in your room. And nobody in the world doesn't want some badass, cool, programmed lights. Done. You have been assigned a project. And now you are on the hook, little bunny. No take-backs. You now get to be inspired every time I talk about a creative project. Got it. I'm going to sign off for now. I will wake up tomorrow morning, write you a poem. I might do it now. It's tricky because I have stuff to do in the morning. Something really important to do, that is. Yeah, maybe I'll tell you about it next time. I think I will wake up tomorrow morning and write you a poem. I'll do that. And I will send you on your way, little bunny, into a wonderful, wonderful week. I cannot wait for this week for you, little bunny. I have a good feeling about this week for you. I have a really good feeling about this week for you. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Send the thank you note if you're brave. And I will remind you, slow down, Daddy. And I will remind you the next several weeks you have, I'm not even going to give you a deadline. You have until 30 minutes from now. Sound good? Okay. I love you, little bunny. I'm going to get to bed. You'll hear from me in just a moment. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I've got a quick poem for you, and then I am on my way. Your poem, written just for you this week, goes like this. Win, you step forward. Lose, you step back. This is a flawed plan of attack. Win, you step forward. Lose, nothing changes, except the path of forward rearranges. And you'll attempt to take steps as many times as you can, and quite fast you'll be miles from where you began. Got it? Frequent losers are the biggest winners, little bunny. Write it down. Think about it. And now go take attempts at anything you want to attempt. Just go attempt it. Nothing will be lost. Except I'll be proud. You'll gain that. Okay. I gotta get going, little bunny. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love you. I love you.